New week, but still a long way to go in this leadership race. This man's still the front runner.
I'm not taking anything for granted.
But no guarantees in this highly unpredictable contest.
Tom Tugendhat is eliminated from the election. The other candidates are able to go forward to a fourth ballot.
Who here would be happy to have Boris Johnson in their cabinet? Please raise your hands.
I'd love to stand here. I'd love to stand here and say, look, I'll cut this tax, that tax, and another tax, and it will all be okay. But you know what? It won't. There's a cost to these things. I heard, Penny, you on the TV this morning saying that you were going to scrap one of my rules, that the government shouldn't borrow for day-to-day spending. Now, look, it's one thing to borrow for long-term investment, but it's a whole other thing to put the day-to-day bills on the country's credit card, and we know how that ends. It's not just wrong, it's dangerous. What? Even Jeremy Corbyn didn't suggest that we should go that far.
Well, too many chancellors had too many fiscal rules that they then had to ditch because they haven't been able to meet them. I think you have to accept that we are in an unprecedented situation. We are going to have to do more for people to help with the cost of living.
When COVID happened, we were all hugely shocked, and there was a discussion about what the response should be. And clearly, in retrospect, we did do too much. It was true draconian. I think there should have been more. I don't think we should have closed schools. No, I don't think we should. I can assure you and this group here today that I would never impose a lockdown if I am selected as Prime Minister. We cannot have business as usual economic management, which has led to low growth for decades. I am ready to be Prime Minister from day one.
Increasing pressure from his bosses to back Remain. Yet Rishi went against the advice of his superior, and he didn't stop there. When Rishi became Chancellor in 2020, he delivered several Brexit
The government is too soft.
Well, I mean, the zombie
surely.
government, what are they doing? They're having a leadership contest. They're not concentrating on the cost of living crisis, which is affecting everybody in this country.
The cost of living crisis is something that's affecting you, me, and seemingly everyone we know.
So after COVID last year, we saw lots of economies grow, particularly Asia, and that already put pressure on the gas market. And as we saw, prices began to spike in around September of last year. Now this year, over and above that, we have seen a slow and deliberate cut-off of gas by Russia to the European market. And I look at the prices for winter now for buying the gas, they are 15 times what they normally are. Now if that were to happen in petrol, that would mean it would cost us £400 to £500 to fill our car.
We have, serious medical conditions within the family that, because of the state of the NHS, we are now having to fund private medical treatment. I mean, and that shouldn't be happening anyway because we are all taxpayers. The government could have seen this coming in 2014 when Putin decided to take Crimea. For one, you're not breaking the law. You have a right to withhold a payment if you wish. No one's going to send you to prison. The prisons are, the prison, like everything in this country, is completely underfunded. They haven't got enough places to put people in prison.
Huge debt companies, they say that this is a priority bill, and the worry is that this can lead to debt collectors coming round to your house, court summons. Then you could get a black mark against your name. Just because you took part in this campaign, you may never be able to get a mortgage for it.
Russia is being accused of energy blackmail as it prepares to cut gas supplies to Europe.
This is obviously going to push up energy prices even higher in Europe. We should say that people have been warning for years that Europe is simply too dependent on Russia for its energy needs. Now we have a situation where the EU is scrambling to try and reduce its dependence on Russian energy, and they've agreed to cut their use of natural gas to 15%.